the YouTube thing, and then you're good to go. Let me check my. What else do YouTube? It hasn't started on YouTube yet. Where is it? There it is. I got it. All right, you got to share. It's on you.
What up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Casual Conversation.
Yeah.
Well, then that would have been Casual Conversation. Yeah.
Now, okay. So what? So is this the point where I kind of cut off your intro and then you feel the need to start it over? Because I mean that's par for the course, right?
Right, but we're moving forward through the fog, right?
No, we're not.
Yeah. You just said that before the show started, man.
I know. I just it was a habit that I had of just kind of cutting across.
Right.
I thought that was just for Anthony Alex.
No, we got the Anthony Alex thing came from what I would do on Casual Conversation. I just kind of did the same thing on Angry Mailman, which by chance I did.
Anyways,
Fine.
This is another episode, or this is a new episode of Casual Conversation. I am your hostess, Sherry's Joy. I am not alone. I have 3 co-hosts with me, and they are... I've been out of commission. Okay, so with me today I have Scarfinger.
You're supposed to introduce your husband first.
I have from the Digicast. I have
DJ Awesome Rob.
Don't sound so excited.
Well, I thought you were gonna say my name first.
I never say your name. I always pause and let you say your own name.
Okay, I'm Rob. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Okay, and we also have...
Crucial Chase?
Oh, I'm supposed to say it? Or does she?
I don't know.
Crucial Chase. There we go.
Okay, we also have Chase.
That's me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Never, met. And also we have, of course, what would Casual Conversation be without Scarfinger? Howdy-ho! Boys and girls. Okay.
I started playing the South Park game, so.
So tonight, we just have a casual conversation. I guess this is my comeback show. So thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, I would like to first start off on a serious note. Anybody who's listening and if you've listened to my show in the past, whether it was Casual Conversation or Alive in Woodbury or Pink Side, Blue Side, all of those shows on Scarcasm Live, you know that I had 2 shows that were my own. Of course, Casual Conversation, and I also had Alive in Woodbury. And on my show, Alive in Woodbury, along with Casual Conversation, I had a co-host, and his name was JBird360. And I'm sure that everybody has known now, I mean, he has passed. It's been 3 years now since he has passed. And on my Alive in Woodbury show, I had not only JBird360, I had Big Boy 1077, which I, called him by his name. His name is Deshaun Young. And they were a show that I did, and we did it weekly after The Walking Dead aired. We would get on and immediately start talking about the episode and breaking it down in a funny light. So I actually, in just a moment, would like to take a few moments of silence for my 2 co-hosts who just got taken so young. I, you know, it's just hard to believe. So this isn't going to be a show where, of solemn and sorrow, because I know that both of them would want an awesome show and expect an excellent, funny show. So I do want to just take a few moments of silence in their memory. Big Boy just passed a couple of weeks ago. Jay Bird has passed now for 3 years, and I do want to take this time with my comeback to just kind of give a moment of silence. So let's start that now. Okay. Thank you.
Hold up.
All right. So today is Sunday, which is very weird. I've never recorded on a Sunday before. So this will be good. This will be interesting. How's everybody doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
I'm good.
All right.
Good times.
Good times. So, what's going on?
Is there a topic you want to jump off with?
You're wanting
What's
me?
going on, Chase? Hi, Chase.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Oh,
Eating a very late supper.
yeah, you're like doing podcasting no. You're recording while you're eating. That's like no number one.
Yeah, I normally don't.
No. Number one is podcasting while you're playing video games.
No, because some video games, some podcasts, you are playing a video game while you're podcasting. And I recall you've done a few.
I've done a few, but none of those shows ever actually are listenable. Like,
Okay.
It's always like you're kind of halfway paying attention to the show and halfway paying attention to the game, and it's just crazy to listen to. Every other podcast I've listened to that's done it, it's always a just highly unlistenable episode.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because you can't really see what's going on, what they're even really talking about. The only time I can kind of forgive it is if it's something like we're doing here, and it's originally a live thing, and you can originally see what's going on, but the audio is an afterthought. But still, the audio still isn't really that great. But at least there is a version that you can actually see what's going on. But
Yeah. We for the Digicast, I don't know why am I nervous for some reason. I'm like all over the place.
Is it live? Is it because it's live?
Everybody can see you and hear you.
No one
live
can
right
see
now.
me.
No, they can't see
They
you.
can hear me. I don't know. I'm like choking over my words and crap. So on the Digicast, what we have done is
Wait, do you need another drink?
I didn't even finish this one. We record and then we talk while we're playing a game live on
The internet.
on the internet.
Twitch mostly, right?
He's so enthusiastic.
so that's why you're like, well, some podcasts do that, and that's their thing.
Right. Yes. So
You just actually yourself.
So anyways, before you were rudely interrupted by Scarfinger here.
That's what I do.
I know. So rude.
Yeah, it's been going pretty good. But yeah, still haven't did any more job interviews, but it's whatever. But that really took me because I was like job interviews, and all of a sudden it's like, but it was like a weird laugh. But
I don't. So we've never talked, like at all. So this is like the perfect opportunity for casual conversation.
Yeah.
What line of work are you looking for? Is that okay to ask? I don't know. Is it like top secret?
Oh
no,
my
it's
God,
not.
you just asked him the question. This is a half an hour conversation.
Oh. Okay.
No, you asked it. It's on now.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, what I'm looking for is just really more pay. So I'm not really that picky about that. But what I've done for the
Sure.
past 10 years is like mental health, but not in a higher paying, like the lower paying of like
So
actually.
you're in healthcare?
Well, I run goals and stuff for people with disabilities and things like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But,
Interesting.
But yeah, that ever since high school, I thought it'd be something really cool to do because I was kind of around that, even though I wasn't like, as a kid with like ADHD and stuff, like they would put me in the same room with other people and then I would be like helping them, and then I thought maybe I should do that, and then I find out that I enjoy doing it, but it really doesn't pay worth anything.
Yeah.
So and then companies like that wonder why there's such a revolving door, because if you don't give people a living wage, then they're going to quit, and then other people are going to come in, then they're going to quit. But actually, the
Right.
job that I'm working now, they don't have a big turnaround, which is weird. But I mean, I've been
Why
there
is that weird?
because every other job in the field that I've worked in has had a big turnaround. But
Gotcha.
I've also
Now-
worked there for 4 years myself. But
4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that you've been wanting to be in this realm since high school?
yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it, and then of course I went to school for I was like, what do I like doing? I like editing film and stuff, and so I went to school for stuff like that and graphic design, and then none of that really panned out anything. So then in 2010, I decided to work in a group home, and
Was that high school in 2010?
that was high school. End of high school was 2003. So
Oh, 3.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So
So
yeah.
in the 2000s. Okay.
Yep.
So when you were a senior, when you were a freshman in high school, I was a senior, I think, or junior or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. I graduated in 98.
We graduated the same year. So
Yeah, I was
So
in
you got
8th
that-
grade when you guys graduated.
I'm sorry, 8th grade, yeah.
Class
Okay.
of 99.
Yeah, my
You're
years
the-
my years in or in school matched up with the actual year until the aughts, because in 99 I started 9th grade, in 98 I started 8th grade, so it kind of just matched up that way.
Oh, wow, my math was way the hell off. It's all good. No worries. No worries. So, okay, so we have, I'm like, it's okay. So, I'm chill.
Okay.
I'm good. Let's do this.
Yeah, the reason he said it was a half-hour conversation is because I can say what I do. I just can't really be like, well, we did this today, because that's a HIPAA violation.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know about HIPAA, but Big Rob here. What are you? Are you Big Rob or Awesome Rob? Are you just Rob? I don't know.
All three.
Big awesome,
29.
big awesome Rob,
That works too.
DJ Big Awesome Rob.
He knows all about HIPAA. I don't know about HIPAA. I don't work with HIPAA. He works with
Right.
HIPAA.
HIPAA's like, you didn't see nothing, you don't say nothing.
Right. So so we're in Baltimore, and we'll just say that we work for a major place. I work on the college side, and he works on the hospital side.
Uh-huh.
But he works with devastation, like in the cancer stuff, right?
Yeah. A lot of sad phone calls.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that are like calling up to make an appointment, and then a week later, oh man, they died or something.
No, there's at least once a week that happens.
Oh yeah, once a week. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Me, I just work in a really old building that was built in like 17 whatever the hell, and we got like mice everywhere. I'm sorry. So this is the most recent thing, and I'm like,
here that somebody died.
I know. Okay. So, do you know the Netflix show, The Keepers? Keepers?
Uh-uh.
No. Oh my gosh. Is that just a Baltimore thing? So
Probably.
it's a Netflix show. It's called Keepers.
I don't remember that at all.
It's okay. So I'm like really into true crime right now, and this show called Keepers is about a because there's like so many private schools here. It's not even funny. I don't understand it. It's crazy. So it's about this Catholic high school. And in the 60s, there was like the I don't know what he's called, the like not the principal, but the headmaster or the whatever the heck. He was molesting and raping the students and stuff, and it was really bad. It's
You know,
like
the
really
whisper part just made it sound more creepy, right?
Well, I have a 10-year-old. We have the 10-year-old child that we share together is like over there. So so it's just about that, and I watched it, and it was very creepy. And so the building that I work in used to be a part of that school. So it's crazy, and it's creepy, and it's just weird. But so don't you know? Have you heard the podcast Serial?
Yes.
Okay. So that took place here, and that actually happened. We were in high school. Of course, I didn't live here then, but Rob did. He lived in high school. I mean, he lived here, and he was in high school. And that happened. So that all happened around like our year of high school and stuff. So that's actually that's also a good podcast to listen to. And it's really cool to like listen to it and like know the areas and the places and everything that it is.
Because even since I didn't live in the area, since it was kind of around the time that I went in high school, they were doing things that I did in high school, like, oh, let's go hang out at the Best Buy parking lot. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Right.
And I was like, this is like kind of close to home. But yeah, I've listened to all 3 seasons of Serial. They've all been, that one's the best one.
Season 2 was just kind of like, nah, I'm good, dog.
Well, I didn't know there was more than one season. Like, is it a different story?
Well, the second season is all about Bo Bergdahl, and then the third season, each episode is a different court case.
Oh.
So
That's scary.
Since the
That's not scary. Serial's not scary.
well, since the first season was just this big thing, well, the third season is more like, let's get in to see what the courts are like on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
So
That's probably
and then they did like special episodes during his appeal process and all of that kind of stuff. I listened to some of that, but like after season 2 was the first couple of episodes, it was just not interesting at all. Like it just couldn't grab me, so I just kind of went away from it. I did recently listen to a true crime podcast. This was like last week sometime.
Ooh, what's it called?
Conviction.
I don't know that one. What's that one about?
It's about a young man who was charged for a crime that he did not commit, and it's partially about the private investigator that went through the process of trying to get him out. And like there's issues with the private investigator also. And so like it's really good. It's kind of short. I got hooked on that from a different podcast that was it was a story. It's not true crime. Called the Horror of Dolores Roach.
Nope.
That was not. It's not true crime. That's an actual story. Like a fiction.
Like it's fiction. Oh.
Yeah, it's a fiction story, but it's actually pretty good. I liked it. I like the Horror of Dolores Roach a whole lot.
Wow.
And it's very well made, and the story is just kind of wild.
So I've been scaring the shit out of myself, and I've been listening to true crime Like, that's all I listen to. It's crazy. And so I have, like, a couple of my coworkers. I work in a college. So a lot of my coworkers are professors. And they really, I don't know, like, you talk about this, and they have, like, a different point of view, and they really, like, dig in, and they really, like, look at, like, they break it down, and, like, the analysis of it all is even more creepier. So I've been listening to a lot of true crime. So actually, I've been listening to a podcast called Serial Killers, where it's it's a Parcast podcast. And so Serial Killers, there's probably, I think, 100 episodes or so. They take a different serial killer every week. Sometimes they do like a part 2. So sometimes it's like a 2-week for one actual serial killer. So they talk about, they start from the beginning, and they're like, oh, well, in order for you to kind of understand what this is, let's start from the beginning. So-and-so grew up as a small child in this, right? And then they start talking about, like, a lot of them have daddy issues or mommy issues. And then they're like, so then this happened, and this is why, and they break it down, and they're, like, talking about it, and they get into the real psyche of what's happening. So I've listened to a lot of them. I'm on, like, episode 80 something. And the one out of all of them, though, the one that creeped me the hell out is Ted Bundy. I listened to that, and
did it just go on Netflix?
Right. And I have to stay away from it, but I want to watch it so bad. So that
Amber just watched that
out.
Netflix thing.
I had nightmares about that podcast for a good 3 to 4 weeks, and I promised Rob that I wouldn't listen anymore to anything because I was very scared. Like, I was scared. And then after that, like, after my 3 weeks was up, guess what came on? Like, I don't know, one of those, like, not Discovery, but, like, one of those channels, like, True Crime TV or whatever the hell.
It's
B-side.
like Information Discovery.
Right, yeah. They came out with a 6-part or 3-part series on Ted Bundy, and I watched it. And I wasn't supposed to, but I did. I watched it, and it started from the beginning, and then you saw the photos of these girls, and you saw the photos of him, and you heard videotapes of him, and it was just like the psychiatrist was talking, and you see his cold eyes looking at you, and it was so scary, and I finished it, and I had nightmares again. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to watch anything else regarding Ted Bundy. I'm not going to listen. It is what it is. And then now we're on, like, his 30th anniversary of his death thing, his lethal injection or whatever. So we got the case file, the interview tapes that's on Netflix, and I want to watch it so bad, but I won't. And then I worked from home, like, last week, and Dr. Oz was on, and Dr. Oz had, like, a psychiatrist on, and the whole episode was about Ted Bundy. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't listen. But I have to. No, I can't. But I have to. So I did. And I had nightmares again. Damn it. So I don't know what it is about that actual story. It scares the shit out of me. So I've been listening to Serial Killers, and there's also this other podcast called Unsolved Murders or Unsolved Mysteries, one of them. And what they do is they talk about the episode. I think it was like episode 1 that really. They talk about the Black Dahlia. And a lot of their episodes at the very beginning, I was like, why do I know this story? I know what this. So American Horror Story season 1 took every single. I don't know. Have you ever watched it, Chase? Okay, so every single episode in the first season was about, like, they took, like, a different scary story. And in America, and they, oh man, this is like involved with this house, but they're real stories. Like the premises of each episode in season 1 is a real, actual unsolved case. So this podcast I'm listening to takes all of these unsolved murders, and it's like all over the country, all over the world. From like I freaking listened to an episode for like 1840. Like it's just this craziness. It's crazy, and I can't stop listening. And they do like reenactments, or what is it called? They like act out the stuff, and so that. And I'm listening right now to a documentary podcast called Happy Face. It's about a serial killer in in 95 or 90, in the early 90s, but his daughter is the one like being interviewed and stuff like that, because she didn't know that her dad was a serial killer. He's like a 6'7" guy, a 6'7" guy in like Oregon, and he was like, oh my god, it's like craziness. So I'm like so obsessed with it. So I'm just saying, that's what I've been up to. Sorry.
Yeah, that probably like messes you up just because he was so like normal seeming. Like he was just like a college like person that went to college, was supposed to be like a psychiatrist or something, or attorney or something like that. And that same thing was like with, what was it, the Son of Sam? People were so scared because he just like looked like just one of them. Because when they thought of it, in their mind, they think this like evil looking person, this weirdo or whatnot. But he was just like a normal cab driver looking dude,
Yes.
Bruh, the articles around the whole Ted thing is saying that he got away with it because he was handsome, and I'm like looking at the pictures and like, nigga, where? Like, what is we talking about here? Like, it was like, oh, he was just regular handsome dude, and he got away with all of this stuff because he was so handsome. And I'm like, where the fuck was he handsome? Like, I mean, I'm secure enough.
It was the 70s.
I'm secure enough in my nuttery of
I was about to say that like what people think is attractive
manhood
changes like from decade to decade.
And also we know no, because I Google all of these people and I look at all these pictures because that makes it even scarier. If
you're in the process of hurting yourself. Good job.
So I think what it is that now we know who he is, and we know him as that serial killer, but back then the people didn't. So we already see him as evil, and so when we look at him, all we see is like evil and grossness. I can't look at somebody.
I only know his name. I never knew what he looked like until all.
Yeah, it'd be like if like Brad Pitt or somebody like we knew Brad Pitt as being an actor and like he's been in these movies and stuff, and all of a sudden we find out.
Right. Oh my God, Brad Pitt though.
Yeah, I know, but like if
unless
all
he
of us
pulls a Brandy and it's like he gets into a car accident and somebody happens to die, but like
but that was an accident.
I know it was. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the closest.
Wait,
well, that's
Brandy killed someone.
Well, that's what I'm saying is someone like
accident.
that. That's just the first name that popped in my head. That went out and like was a serial killer.
I don't want to see him. I don't. Why are you showing me these pictures?
Because I've never seen him before. Ted Bundy looks like.
So why are you gonna show me? I'm sitting here talking about how creepy that is, and you're just gonna show me?
Because he looks like Danny Tanner.
He looks like. I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday.
Yeah, that one. I've never seen that picture before. This one.
Okay, we find out what's the dude in Office Space that dude Sam was talking about last time that he.
Yeah, he looked. Yeah,
the stapler guy.
No, the boss.
The boss.
Like, what if he that actor decided to kill a bunch of people, and then we would see that face as being evil, like our kids would, but we would see it as the guy from The Office, but then not The Office, but Office Space, and it would fuck us up more than it would our kids because they would see it as just, oh, that's that evil guy that killed people, and we were like, dude, I knew him when he was in Office Space. This is fucked up.
It's kind of like how the difference between us and young people looking at Bill Cosby. Like young people don't see they don't see like America's dad when they look at him. Like we
1999 over here could beg to differ on that one.
Well, dude, don't look like America's dad anymore.
Argue with that he didn't do it, and I should love him still. No.
Well, he doesn't look like American dad anymore, even if he didn't do what he did.
No.
Oh wait.
Okay. I mean, Bill Cosby right now kind of looks like stay the fuck off the grass. Like he looks like that guy.
No. So living in a major city, you kind of like hear all of these crazy ass stories about all these celebrities. So we're driving into work, right? I'm sorry, we're commuting into work, and because in Baltimore you don't drive, you fucking commute. So we're listening to the radio, and they're like, what's Bill Cosby up to coming up next? And I'm like, okay. So they get on the radio, and his lawyer, they like play a clip from his, I guess it's his lawyer?
Yes.
And his lawyer is like saying, like, what did he say? His lawyer is like saying, oh, Bill is doing really well. He's was it cigarettes?
No, Bill is doing great. He actually gave up coffee. Camille tried to get him off of coffee for 10 years, but he's finally done it.
And he heats up his food in the microwave, and he does sit-ups and push-ups. When he went in, he was 250, or he was 2-something, and he's down 30 pounds.
Who doesn't get swollen in prison? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he's breathing good, and his lawyer was talking like that. He's breathing good, and he looks good, and he's doing well, and he gave up caffeine. And his wife said, I couldn't give up the caffeine. I couldn't get him give up the caffeine, but he's giving it up now. So I'm like, wait, they get fucking coffee in prison?
I mean,
okay, sure.
Gotta do something. I watched this YouTube video about this guy who got everybody off cigarettes because he has these special kind of vapes. So they vape in prison instead of smoking cigarettes.
Why?
To cut down on the contraband. Therefore, they don't need lighters or anything like that. The vapes are made out of a specific kind of plastic that they can't turn into weapons. All this kind of stuff. But the catch is, the warden of the prison is also the manufacturer of the vapes. So all of that money is coming straight back to him. He tried to say like, okay, so like the money he's putting it into programs to help the inmates out, but like he is still caking off of selling these vapes. So like it's just like this big long like circle, and like the interviewer keep asking like, yo, you have implemented some things, but like when we look at how much that costs and how much you're bringing in, these things aren't equal. How do you answer that? Well, I'm not here to answer that right now. We're just doing what we can for the inmates and making sure they have health care and all of this other stuff. But you're making way more money than what you're spending. But that's not what we're here for today. We're just here to talk about this and other nearby jails and prisons are trying to implement the program to help.
Is it a private prison?
I know.
Yeah, I think, yes, he owns the prison.
Okay.
Ooh. And he owns the company that's selling it.
Every time I think of private prisons, I think of Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, you just waiting for Jack to just tear that whole fucking thing to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, in Mass Effect 2, the Citadel was the shit. I'm just saying. Like, don't even try.
It was better. It was more streamlined, and they made it better.
I don't even remember Mass Effect 1. The only thing I remember from Mass Effect 1 is that damn elevator loading screen. Ding!
Very
like
much.
Forever. Yeah, exactly. And then I think there was in one, was there what is that thing that you drive, and you had to go through like the hallway or something, and
Mako?
yeah, you're in the Mako. You go to like another, I think, a planet, and you're in the Mako, and you're driving through like the hallway to like a castle looking thing, and then there's things on the wall that are coming down at you, and you have to like get them.
I think you're talking about Ilos.
Is that one though? That's one.
Yeah, this Ilos where the pods were on the wall, but they were all dead. You didn't get none of them.
Yeah, so that in the loading screen is all I think about, all I can remember from Mass Effect 1.
That's good, because no one needs to play Mass Effect 1 ever again.
I play Mass Effect 1.
I know you love it.
I play the entire trilogy.
You love 1?
I love all... I see the entire trilogy as one big game in 3 parts.
Who's your person?
Who's my person?
Yeah.
Like romance?
Yeah.
Oh, well...
If you say anything other than Liara as
Hey,
Bae,
you stop.
That is
My person.
Stop it. You know what? You stop with the Twizzler head. Go ahead.
I date Liara in the first game, and then 2 and 3 I date Tali.
Okay.
Yes, Tally's my person. Tally. So here's.
I got at the chicken feed in the game one time, and I'm like, that wasn't good. It wasn't good enough. Like, it just,
Do you know that our 10-year-old, soon to be 11, she had a weird thing with Garrus.
yes.
So I was like, what? She's like, don't judge me. I was like, okay, well, first of all, you're not even supposed to let that happen because you're 10. Second of all, Garrus?
She tried to avoid that as much as humanly possible.
No, I know, yeah.
It just happened. And she was just like, Dad? Like, the first time the scene happened, she called me. It was like, Dad, they're doing things? And I'm like, how did you end up there? She's just like, I don't know. I was not trying to do anything. I mean, I'm like, look, as long as it wasn't Space Kanye, we're okay. Like,
just don't let her play Andromeda.
Jason? Are you talking about Jason? Space Kanye Jason?
Is it Jason? No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah, black dude.
Yeah,
Wait.
Space Kanye.
So wait. Okay, so Chase.
My wife is a Garrus person.
Garrus, you're married.
Yeah.
Garrus is the homie. Garrus is the homie.
Garrus is cool. I think my Garrus died. But no, so Chase.
Yeah.
So Chase. Wait, stop. You stop me. There are two people, there are two kinds of people in this world.
Okay.
I gotta know. How do you feel about Caden? Everybody be quiet. Let the man talk for himself.
I think Caden's fine. I never use him in
Yes,
battle.
okay, that's all you gotta say. Alright, so moving on. We're through the fog.
You mean useless? Like, he's absolutely positively useless until he's like minorly useful in the third game.
He was not useless.
But if you're a dude,
I'm telling you right now,
if you're a dude and he survives,
Caden wasn't useless to my shepherd.
If you're a dude in 3, he comes to you. Like,
that's because you're playing as a dude.
You've already did at that point.
I mean, why? What is so different?
I let him
What
survive.
is?
I let him
so
survive
first of all,
one time, and I'll never do that shit ever again.
You let him provide. You let him. But
I let him
but
survive
you let him
one
provide
time.
though.
I let her provide one
Are
time.
you saying provide or survive?
No, I let him survive one time.
Oh, I thought you
What
said
dude.
you let him provide.
No.
I let him provide one time.
Even my femshep.
I experimented one time.
No, even my femshep still went after Liara because Liara is Bae. No,
But she's a Twizzler.
that's all right. She a
She looks like a
Twizzler.
Twizzler.
She a Twizzler with them things.
I
But
wanted to eat it. You like Liara too?
Liara's fine.
Whatever. So I have a
Everybody's
look. I have
Everybody
it.
Caden.
No, Caden's is the stuff.
Yeah.
No,
Caden
Caden's
is-
is stuff.
See,
Caden
here's the
is-
thing.
Right.
Liara, Caden, Ashley, all of them,
Oh,
Say-
fuck
say-
Ashley.
they
Fuck
all
her, not
say fuck you
literally.
in the second
No.
game.
Don't invoke
Well,
the
Liara
You
don't
know
say-
what? Don't even talk about that bitch.
Except for in 3 when she was kind of like she had some work done. You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
she
because
had a
my
little bit of
Ashley
work
died
done.
in 2, so I don't know what you're
Thank you,
saying.
Rumo. But yeah,
No, she didn't die in 2.
no, but all of them, like give you the runaround in 2, except for Tali, because in the first game, the whole thing about it
Tali's the shit.
is that Tali was too nervous to like act on anything. That's how they kind of got away.
Love her. So,
So-
hey, straight up, I got a Tally costume in my closet.
I mean, I went there one time, and it was like, hey, your mask off.
Well, okay, so to be fair, it's not a costume. It's a hoodie, and it's Tally's like hood thing and the arms. That's great. It's a little snug, but I still got it.
Nah.
Did you get that
Sure.
from Insert Coin?
No, I got it for Valentine's Day from ThinkGeek.com.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know that Insert Coin has a lot of Mass Effect stuff, but I don't.
Wait, what's Insert Coin?
They're based out of the UK, but they have, think of like designer clothes, but for games.
Gross. Oh,
And-
okay. So nerd shit.
Yeah,
nerd shit.
But it's like instead of like
Not just t-shirts.
right, it'll be like, say instead of having a Borderlands shirt that says Borderlands, you might have a Jacobs shirt that's like all stylized, like you got it out of from the Jacobs store. you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I don't know,
I got a bunch of t-shirts from boxlunch.com.
but they are a little pricey. For one, they come from the UK and it takes forever, and the shipping is outrageous.
Ugh. Yeah. No, the ones I got from Box Lunch, they took forever, but at least they're local, and they're like, yeah, we have stores. Oh, I've never seen your stores before.
Rumo
Just like
Vape,
Think Geek has stores, but they're only in Florida.
Rumo Vapor is hosting
Sorry,
us,
Virginia, but
and 97th Arcana just said yo.
What's up,
what
bro?
up?
But Rumo Vapor was saying some stuff. They're like Candy Heart, Human Animal, I Choose You. I'm not sure what that was all about.
I don't know. It's just Pokemon stuff.
The I Choose You is the Pokemon thing, right? That's like one of the few things I know about actual like Pokemon.
Wait,
lore.
are they saying like I choose you, Caden? Or I choose you, Garrett?
Well, they may.
I mean,
Good shooting skills, go.
I mean, I can't really say I can't say too much about Caden. I mean, somebody we know actually named their child after Caden. Like, you know what I mean? Like that happened. That was a thing that
I mean, I
happened.
guess.
Like, my
People
man named
can be
his,
wrong.
my man named his son Caden. Like, come on, man.
Wait.
Like, who does that?
Well, at least they didn't name it after Ashley.
True.
But see, like I said, when Ashley in 3, after Ashley got that work done, it was like, maybe.
What worked on? What do you mean?
Well, she still
'cause
hated
like,
aliens.
No. In 3, she looks completely different. Like she had some work done. It's like she didn't quite go Lil' Kim, but like she had some work done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, there's a couple people where they look very different, and she's one of them.
Yeah, and the you know the person who does her voice, does Princess Allura on Voltron, on Netflix Voltron.
I haven't watched any of that Voltron stuff.
It's actually really good. It doesn't
Oh,
end. It doesn't.
Sneezing.
I don't know.
Cat is sneezing.
It doesn't end quite right, but like Netflix Voltron is actually pretty good. I liked it a lot. Started watching it with Pooh Bear, and then
Scar's been getting into
The
some
Milan.
anime pretty hardcore.
What?
no,
Really?
I watched a couple things.
I got a My Hero Academia shirt from Box Lunch. Have you checked that one out?
I have watched all of the My Hero that is on Hulu. Even the one with the subs that didn't have dubs because I didn't want to wait. Even though I hated watching the subs because I couldn't be on my phone. So like that was the
There's
hard
so much
part.
action. You can't be on your phone to begin with. I gotta read the stuff and crazy stuff happens.
Now I don't want to read. I want the dub. Like give me the dub.
I can't deal with the voices and dubs.
No, I can't deal with
Scar,
the
you don't
voices
have to-
subs. Especially Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball subs is the worst.
I've never heard Dragon Ball without the dub though, so I can't go to Japanese on that one.
The Goku's voice in the Japanese version is the most annoying thing ever. And like when Goku is powering up, it's like like it's that.
That's all the time, though.
No.
The one that we used to watch. Like,
No, it's like
a whole episode.
like that. Is different than like that's those are two completely different things. Like for real, it's bad. Like if you ever watch the subs for Dragon Ball, you're just like, how can people do this? Why is this a thing? You know, like I can't. I watched a little bit. Like somebody put a clip up of the of some of the Jiren fight on like because I haven't watched Dragon Ball since the Boo saga. Boo took me out of the whole thing. I was like, you know what? This is dumb. Y'all niggas talking about that a big piece of fucking bubble gum is like the hardest thing in the universe right now. Nah, son. Like
Can't punch him.
Like for real, he a big ass piece of bubble gum. You know what I mean?
But you can't punch it.
And then he became a slimmer, muscle bound piece of bubble gum, but it's still bubble gum, dog. Like I'm like, what is wrong? Like you know what? I'm out. And so like
No,
I
it's
was
just
done.
that Scar always talks shit about anime, and then he'll watch one and be like, "You're right, this is good," and then he'll still be like, "No, but I don't like anime." But this one that I was watching, that was good, but I still don't like anime.
The way Scar analyzes anime the way the Dragon Ball gets written. It's like we're gonna write ourselves into a corner and then figure a way out.
No, there's certain ones that I've given a try, and out of the only ones that I've given a try is the one that I've heard like a ton of good things about. The only reason why I ain't watching no Naruto stuff because I know it's like 1 million episodes, and I'm like, I'm not even about to start that shit. But like. I watched My Hero. I watched One Punch Man, and that's pretty much
great.
that's pretty much where I stopped. I did watch the second season of The Dragon Prince. I watched the whole shit today. That's not anime, but it's animated. I watched that whole shit today, and
It's like 2 episodes.
that's really good. But the seasons are so short. It's like
About Cowboy Bebop.
I watched that back in the day.
Shout out to Matt and Rachel.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool, but I can't remember. I don't remember anything. And like I watched, was the
Sparks.
Samurai
Wait,
Champloo?
did you say that you watched Cowboy Bebop back in the day?
Yeah, I watched it. Like years ago. I watched it. Back when it was. It was on like Netflix or something like that. That's
I've
around
never
the time.
heard of it.
That's around the time that I watched Basilisk also. I watched Basilisk
And
at
Champloo,
work.
you watched Samurai Champloo too, right?
Yeah, I watched that. I remember that being cool. I just don't remember much about it. But Basilisk, I really did like. I like that
That sounds like the
end.
snake in Harry Potter.
It is. But Basilisk is basically Ninja Scroll the series.
I remember Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, Basilisk is Ninja Scroll the series. It's like Ninja Scroll stretched out over a season, and it was really good. But the ending was fucking dumb. Like it was super dumb.
Yeah,
Nope.
Yeah, I definitely don't get into the ones that's like so long to where I mean, if you were there when it started and you were watching it like for the past 10 years, that's different. But like when it just doesn't have an ending, they just keep going. So it's a lot of filler. They just kind of keep going and keep going. There's not really I guess they have arcs. That's a thing too. But later, Vapor. But they But I definitely dig the ones that's like this 24 episodes. This is a thing. This is another 24 episodes for our second story, and now we're done. You know what I mean? I dig that more to where it's less of a comic series and more of a graphic novel. You know?
What about Black Butler?
I haven't watched that. Wait a minute, I'm thinking something different. I was thinking Black Clover, but no, I haven't seen Black Butler.
I did put Black Clover in the queue. That's the one that's like My Hero, but it's magic and shit, right?
Yeah, well, it's like it's made by the same guys who did Naruto.
Okay, yeah, Naruto was like there's like a million episodes. Like I'm not even gonna bother. Like we good, dog.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk shit. I mean, people that's into it, it's whatever. But it's also geared toward a different age bracket. You know, like stuff like Naruto and One Piece and stuff is geared towards that kind of like preteen boy. When I'm going to more or less watch something more mature,
Bleach.
you know.
But like My Hero isn't.
Did you just blow smoke out your nose?
Who, me?
No,
This?
Scar. Did you just blow smoke out your nose? Ew! What the freak?
Yeah, we vape around here, yo.
What is? I don't understand. Like, what's the point?
Well, it just
Y'all
comes
look
out.
like anime. Like you just hit a gong and then there'd be the statue of Scar on the side and just all
No,
smoke.
y'all look like that show. The dudes on that show. What's that show? Where they hit the gong and it was okay. So we're talking anime and all of that. So we're talking what?
I'm just
Don't look at me
agreeing
like
with you.
that. Whatever. So
Okay.
I think it might have been Chinese. It could have been Japanese, but it was like the show, and they were like, "Hey, hey," and then they like dubbed over it. And then they hit the gong, and then it was like crazy stuff. Like they had the helmets on, and they were like run through the river and jump over this.
Oh, you mean
it
like
came on like Comedy Central or
American,
something.
like Japanese?
It was like American Ninja.
Yeah, Ninja Warrior. Dude, I love the
but
shit out of
what
that.
was the original show? If it was a show that came out before then, what was it
Well,
called?
Japanese Ninja
Takeshi's
Warrior.
Castle.
Yes, that's what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then the smoke monster come and blew a bunch of smoke on them when they fell down.
Right. And that's
I
what
watched
y'all
that
look
shit
like.
on G4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, I completely forgot about G4, yo.
So I'm just saying, like right
I never
now,
forgot
you
about
guys,
Sessler, man.
Y'all look like
Yep.
very unhealthy. Like there's absolutely nothing healthy about blowing out that amount of fucking smoke from your orifices in your face.
Yeah,
You know,
it just kind
you
of
know,
comes
Sessler-
out my nose, but like,
Sessler actually spoke to me once.
oh yeah?
Who is that?
Did he say,
Adam-
he goes up to you and be like, I'll give it a 4
Who is Sessler?
out of 5.
Adam Sessler from G4. We were at PAX.
We're at PAX.
Yes, we were at PAX East, and I'm walking in the direction, and
Right.
you weren't.
Oh my god, that's the guys. The dudes.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What's his
No,
name?
no, no, no.
What's their name?
That's when I met the giant bomb dudes.
Yeah, Giant Bomb.
But and I actually got a picture, and actually
I
had, and that
And you
was
were
before
like,
Ryan died. That was before
Right,
Ryan
yeah.
died, and he's actually in the picture.
Right.
But
You,
but I'm
then
you
the
only
other
did a
guy
fist
laughed.
pump to one of the giant bomb guys, and then went. Poof, and you know what that was? You know what that was? Can you tell me what that was? It's a giant bomb.
But anyway, I was walking in PAX, and Adam Sessler crossed in front of me, and I'm like, "Holy shit, that's Adam Sessler!" He's like, "Yes, I am," and that's the only thing Adam Sessler actually said to me. but he said that to me though. It was to me.
I don't remember that. I don't know that. Remember when I met Cliffy B? It was the shit. I met Cliffy B.
There's still a picture. Somebody still had it on their Facebook page or something
I
like that.
took a picture with Cliffy B. I had a conversation with Cliffy. Granted, there were girls dancing on the tabletop with their asses out, but I had a conversation with Cliffy B about
Drunk off your face. Like let's
yes,
be honest.
I was drunk as fuck,
Yes.
Not off my face. I was drunk as fuck, and I had a conversation with Cliffy B. Like he was on. So okay. Let me set the. Oh my god. Let me set the scene for you. So we're at the club, and you know, like the VIP area, because that was cool. And you have like you're in the VIP. If you haven't ever been in the VIP, let me explain it to you because I know all about it. You're in the VIP, and you're on this like couch thing in the club.
We just happened to be at the first part. All of us just happened to be at the first part.
I am close enough to the DJ booth. I was in the VIP. You better stop. It was the VIP. I was in Chase. I was in the VIP.
Okay.
So in the VIP, you got like the high back like couch things that are like red and they like wrap around, and then there's like this round table in front of you. Okay, you see it, and then there's like a girl dancing and she's shaking her butt and she's got like boy shorts on or something, and she's like ass naked. It's almost like a stripper thing, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to him. I'm talking to Cliffy D. I saw him, and I don't know how I went over to. I think I just walked over to him. I don't know, and I said, "Hey, you're awesome, and your game is the shit." And that was when the second one was coming out. Gears of War 2 was coming out, and I told him that I had just played Gears of War 1, and I beat it, and I told him all about his game, and I told him, there's a picture, and I told him why.
Of my fat ass.
Yeah, that's you, not me.
The guy, what's his name? His name is Carlos something. He is the voice of Dom.
Yeah, he looks super uncomfortable. He's like, I think
they were trying to set up. They were trying to set up, and they were trying to get me to move
in the, you know, these Bostonian whores over there, and
really? Whores? Like seriously?
Whores?
Seriously? Seriously, whores?
Maybe not. Skanks? I don't know what you call them.
Anyway, those were the dancers, and they wanted to get a photo out of him,
sure.
and my fat ass wouldn't move.
With goals and dreams.
Wait,
I know you're like on a phone, but it looks like they're over here, and you're over here hitting a bowl. Like, let me hit this right here.
Actually, I'm holding my camera, trying to get pictures that the same pictures that they try to take. I'm taking pictures too.
So and go back to that picture. Wait, go back to that picture. No, I'm talking.
You. You are in the picture.
Was I smaller? Go back to the picture. Go back to the picture. So, do you see?
That is you right there.
Oh man, it's my thigh. Do you see what she's holding? Do you see what that quote unquote dancer is holding? That like glow stick thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that ended up around my neck by the end of the night. That was totally around my neck by the end of the night.
Hands.
She put it around your neck?
I probably grabbed.
I'm trying to.
Oh, that wasn't Bear. That was somebody else.
I can't make this bigger.
That ended up around my neck.
I have it big. I have it big for the people.
Okay.
Oh my god.
How do I make this smaller again?
I made it big for the people.
So first of all, shout out to Vic Joe and his wife, because she was.
Those are her hands in the picture.
Yeah, those are shout out to Vic Joe's wife's hands and my thighs. We were like besties that night, and it was great. We got like free drinks and everything because
shout out to Kathy.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to call her out by her government. We went to the bar and we were like talking to the bartender, and she was like, "Oh, you're so cute!" Da, 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 da. And then another bartender came out and was like, "That's my dad." And it was like, "That's your dad. You look like brothers." And then they were like, "Oh, thank you." They just gave us like free shots because we were like commenting because they look so young, so they gave us a shot. And then we were like talking some more, and they gave us some more shots. And then next thing I know, I am out on the dance floor. I can't stop. I mean, that's who I am now, right? Like, I can't stop dancing. And I'm out on the dance floor, and I got these friggin' glow things from those dancers around my neck. It was great. It was so great. It was wonderful. I got the shoes that I wore right there. They were so awesome. I have them. I called them my party rocking shoes, and they are wonderful.
Did they just? There's another podcast I was listening to that said something about some sort of event that they don't serve alcohol anymore because of certain things that happen. Was that PAX?
At PAX?
I'm not sure if it was.
That was at the Geeks. I keep wanting to call it Geeks Gone Raw.
It was at PAX, but it was at a separate event that was in a club.
Oh, okay.
So it was during PAX, but it was at a separate event that was at a club.
I'm not sure if they were talking about PAX or not, but I remember somebody talking about like not serving alcohol anymore.
So here's a question, because I said Geeks Gone Raw. Is that what this is still?
It's the umbrella. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, okay, that's still a thing. GGR. Yep. Cool. I saw that you updated your thumbnail. Pretty cool. Still got the Superman thing. Nice. The triangle with the S,
Yeah.
Superman, Scar. Sorry. Just, Nothing. It's been like 6. It's fine. So, anyways,
well, I guess it is similar to Superman, but Superman's like a more of a like an octagon, not an octagon, but a hexagon.
That's what no. Anyways, so it looks like your shirt says Juicy Davis on.
It's Joy Division. It says Joy Division.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that was better.
If it said Juicy Davis on, I don't want to know what the fuck that means. Okay. Like,
I guess
grown ass man with a Juicy Davis. Like, I don't want to know who the fuck
got my Juicy Davis on. I'm going to PAX. Got my beers, and I got my Juicy Davis on.
That only stood out.
That is the show title. It is Juicy Davis on.
That only stood out because of the word Davis. I'm like, this looks like it says Davis. So, to be full disclosure, that's like my maiden name. It's fine. So, it does. It says Juicy Davis on.
I don't know where you got the juicy, because there's like no C or.
Because I see.
Because your strings were kind of in the way.
Yeah. So you see
it could have obstructed something.
I don't know, man. I've had like a beer. It's fine.
A beer?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all it takes.
Anyways, so moving onward through the fog. What else is
On
new?
Well, we can move on to Scar. I'll be right back.
Cool. So we're gonna skip Scar because he'll talk forever. Rob, what's up with you?
Playing a bunch of video games and not much else.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been playing lately?
Been playing that Apex Legend. It was pretty cool.
So see, when you say Apex, I think of the DVD player that I used to have.
That cheap ass Walmart shit.
I feel like
That didn't work
thing
out
where
this time?
it's Apex and it floats up around the screen and bounces on the edges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
Wait, is it the same font? I'm sorry, I'm talking to you. Is it the same graphic art as the DVD player?
Probably.
It was like the A and the P, and then the E was like a line with like not connected, and then an X.
Yes.
Oh
Definitely
man,
that.
it's the same exact font, graphic art. Hi. How's the game?
It's good. It's like
I saw you playing it. It looked like another Halo. You said, "No, this looks like Destiny." I said, "Exactly."
What? I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
Okay, well, that's not
It's basically like some of the assets from Titanfall, right?
pretty much. Yeah, it's the same people. It's the same gameplay style.
That robot game,
It's
the Transformers.
without the wall.
Oh my god. The
Exactly.
bottom of his shirt says unknown pleasures.
Wait.
Juicy, wait.
Stand up.
What?
Okay, stand up.
Juicy Davis, unknown pleasures.
It's the name of the album. It's the name of their.
I'm
name
not
of their
wearing
first
shirts.
album. Okay. I guess.
I hate everything right now.
But yeah, Joy Division are a band.
Are you scooping ice cream?
No.
Oh. What the hell kind of bottle opener? Let me see that bottle opener.
Oh, it's just a can opener. I was just using the bottle opener part.
Oh.
of it.
Gotcha.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, they're a band. Their first album came out in 1977, which was called Unknown Pleasures, and
Loyata got him started. All right, I'm muting.
they released 2 albums, like Unknown Pleasures and Closer, and Closer came out in 1980. And after 1980, the lead singer committed suicide.
Oh.
And
Sorry.
then, after he committed suicide, the rest of the members kind of disbanded the band, but reformed as the band New Order. So
Okay.
Joy Division pretty much created the entire 80s sound in 2 albums.
New Order is the How Does It Feel?
No.
That's
Somebody
Culture
else.
Club?
No.
No.
Culture
That is
Club
not
is the name
Culture-
I've heard.
The How Does It Feel is
No, New Order is Blue Monday.
No, Orgy remade it in the 90s, but like, who made it originally?
New Order did Blue Monday. But
I
How Does
know
It Feel to Treat Me? That's not Blue Monday.
that's not the same song.
Yeah.
Oh. So what's your favorite 80s band?
New Order did the original Blue Monday.
Yeah.
Orgy remade it, but yeah.
Yeah, but Blue Monday isn't the song you were singing.
Right. You
You
said
sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
I think you're right.
I am 100%
How
correct.
does it feel?
I am 100% that is Blue
like
Monday.
you do when you put your arms around me and tell me what is real. How does it feel?
No, that's to treat me like you do.
It's not Blue Monday. It's the song. The song is
yeah,
Blue
it's
Monday.
orgy was what's like.
How did I flub that? I don't know.
Well, because you graduated in 2003. It's fine. So,
Yeah.
oh, what kind of beer are you
But
drinking? What
this
that?
is a Citradelic from New Belgium. It's a tangerine IPA.
Oh, it's a IPA.
It was a good.
No. Anyways, sorry.
Yep.
Your
So-
favorite rock band from the? Oh, I apologize.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Apex. My
Who-
bad.
who
The
else is
DVD
playing?
player game.
Who else is playing Apex Legends? Because it's great.
No one, because it just came out like 3 days ago.
It's
we
free.
don't we don't get
It's-
we don't get
Hey, it's
BR.
free.
We don't
I
understand BR.
played like 4 hours of
Yeah,
Apex Legends with my brother.
Okay.
I didn't
cool.
get a-
We didn't get
Fortnite,
BR.
but way better.
I didn't get a single kill, but I had fun with my brother though.
And that's what
Is your
matters.
brother younger or older?
He's younger. He is, but he's more successful than I am.
What does that mean? What does that
Same.
mean?
Well,
Can you stop?
he
I mean, it's true.
he, you know,
I'm bonding with Chase. So.
he's working for a company. Well, he did work for a company called Alltech, and they and he rose up the ranks, and he was like some sort of manager, and like he was making really good money, and now he's like going to like start working for Land O'Lakes. So
The butter company?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds real successful.
Now he about to make that butter, you know what I'm
But
saying?
he's not
This
making
motherfucker-
butter.
money.
He's gonna be.
He making grease.
He's not making the butter. He's like probably like over people who are over people who are over people who make the butter.
So that doesn't mean he's more successful than you are. That just means that
He makes
has
more
a
money.
different kind of job, and he's making more money. Success is all in the mind. It's all about what you think.
And that's what I think. But he's doing good, you know. I'm proud of
Okay,
him.
well, cool. I have anyways. So, moving on.
Rob is talking about Apex.
Still. Because we keep cutting him off.
Yeah.
Y'all
I mean,
keep
it's
cutting him off.
Yeah, he'll say
Not
something.
even me.
He'll say something. You're like,
This is the
shh,
story.
stop.
All right, Apex. What about it? Let's go.
So, the makers of Modern Warfare 2, the good Call of Duty game, will never get a good one like
The
that
only
again.
Call of Duty game.
Exactly. So
No Russian.
they get bought out by EA.
Black Ops is dope.
No.
The first
No.
one. The first Black Ops was dope. Come on, dog. The first Black Ops was dope. The first one.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah.
Modern Warfare was great. So they get bought by EA.
Are you tired?
I'm good.
Oh.
So they fast forward to now. They make a game for EA without telling anybody what it is. They drop it as soon as they announce it, after they hype it, and it's like gangbusters. 3 million people playing, 10 million people playing, 25 million people concurrent, blah 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 blah. Free game out of nowhere. It's overcoming Fortnite on Twitch. So it was really good. That was the point that I was trying to make.
But I
You
think
can't
they
just
should
announce
do
a
that.
game and come out with it the same day.
I
And they did.
think I think they should do that though. Like instead of doing all this hype and people waiting forever, just don't announce your shit until it's like a day before you're about to release, and then nobody
Yeah.
can get overhyped.
Not that. You can do that with a. You can do that with a free game. You can't.
Wait.
You can't do that for a
Wait.
flagship title.
Okay.
Play game
Hold
for
on.
EA.
Hold on.
That was a
Hold on.
shit
Hold on.
storm waiting to happen.
I'm gonna be very immature right now. He said, "Don't announce your shit until the day before the release." I said I was being really immature right now.
Well,
It sounds like a
if
commercial.
you know you're gonna like take a shit a day before you do, then you might have some like bowel issues. It's coming.
Anyways.
Not right now. Like in about 24 hours, this shit's gonna be hitting.
All right, sorry. I
Like
had
and
to.
subscribe.
It's dropping tomorrow.
Hit that belly bell so you can get the notifications. Smash that like button.
And be here for the premiere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry. All right.
So that's pretty much it. I'm playing some Apex. It's like the new hotness out here. It's like an Overwatch and Fortnite together, and it's not bad.
It's not
So-
Fortnite. It don't have like
It's
anything.
not Fortnite. I hate Fortnite. It's better. It's the
You're
same
not
idea.
like 12.
Exactly. Target audience right there.
Wait, I'm
like
sorry,
Minecraft?
Chase. Do you play Fortnite?
Are
No.
you 13?
Okay, good. Okay.
I've
Well,
played
I never
it
came for
with
you.
my son, and he doesn't really
Right,
care
right,
about
right.
the actual game, like the.
How old is your son?
He's like 10, but he doesn't care about like the competitive part. He just wants to get into whatever the private mode and just build stuff and make dances.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to build stuff. I want to win the game. And then everybody's in there like building stuff, and what they didn't tell you was if you're good at building stuff, you win the game. Oh, hey, you just make a tower to heaven, and nobody can shoot you, and you can win. Oh, okay. Well, I'm bad at building, so I'm gonna lose.
So, Scarfinger, what have you been up to? This
Pretty
week.
much the same as Rob, except for I played a bunch of different
You've been
games.
playing Apex?
No, I said, but I played a bunch of different games.
Oh.
I've
What's that?
been playing a bunch
What's
of.
that?
Was what?
Microphone.
That furry thing.
My microphone. Yeah, it has a little furry thing. They call it a muff.
Can you don't. I'm going to, I'll be right back.
They call it a muff. I didn't call it a muff. So I've
Ask
been
them off the cough before you do that.
I've been playing a ton of Live 19. They have their
Wait, what sport is that?
basketball. They have their All-Star update, so you can unlock a whole bunch of All-Star related things, which is really cool. I like it a whole lot more than 2K because you cannot pay to be better. But they also have double XP this weekend, and I've been trying to get my character leveled up. And it's really cool because I can play a game and then I can gain multiple levels off of one game.
Okay, wait. So you say your character levels up? You
Yeah,
have like
because
a
I'm-
whole basketball team, and then you're like one person on the team.
Yes, I do the my career type modes. is what I like the most. It's basically a basketball RPG.
But when you play it, like the gameplay part, you're controlling the whole team.
No, except for unless you do the one part that's called court battles, where it's basically like a base defense type game with basketball. Like you design a court, and then you set up the players that are going to defend your court, and while you're away, people can attack your court and take it away from you.
It sounds like a mobile game.
Yeah, it's like Clash of Clans with basketball. You set up your team, you set up your court, you have different rules that you can do. Like setting up the game to it could be a game to 11 or to 21, 35. Like everything is a point where like that type of stuff. There's all kinds of weird stuff. 7-point dunks and like just weird shit like that. But
Wait, so when you play the game, are you just your person?
I am just my person unless I play the court battles, whether I'm going to attack someone's court or if I'm defending my court, then you play as the whole team, including your character. But for the most part, I only play the mode that has my character. I don't really do a whole lot of it.
That doesn't make sense. How do you play a team game when you're just...
The rest of the team is computer controlled unless you do a live run where it's basically like a park type situation where you control your character and other people from online are just basically doing like a gym run. But like you get points and all that kind of stuff off that too. But I mean the other modes are still there. It's just those are just not modes I play.
Yeah, that seems weird. Like, you play NBA Jam, that's my only point of reference. You play NBA Jam, like, you versus another person, but it's you and the other person on your team, and you control both of them. If you only control one in, like, a 4-person NBA Jam game, then it kind of sucks a little bit, unless you're, like, laying up all the layups or the alley-oops.
It's really interesting to try. Like I said, it really is a basketball RPG, and you can do this in Madden too. Create a character and just be that character. It's a little bit more difficult.
You mean a linebacker at the stand here and block every time.
Yeah. Like playing defense kind of sucks, and also like playing like a running back or a receiver is kind of weird. Like when I do those modes, I'm usually just a quarterback. Because especially in the early parts of the RPG, before you can actually get the ability to change plays, like the coach is calling the plays for you. So if he calls a running play, like you can't do nothing but just give the ball to somebody else and just let the rest of the shit happen.
You can be like, I'm going to be the guy that's on the bench.
You start off as the bench, really, until your character is leveled up enough to take the spot of someone else. Absolutely.
Could you like make your game to be like Rudy?
Like the movie?
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to do that?
No.
Rudy's terrible. Like
Rudy was way better. Rudy was way better than Radio.
What about Waterboy though?
Who cares about Radio?
Exactly. See.
I want to play the Waterboy game.
You can totally do that.
I'm gonna argue especially if the best Waterboy.
You could do that in they haven't made one in a while, but NCAA 14 you can download teams that someone already made.
So you don't think that Rudy's the greatest football movie ever made?
Fuck no.
Are you kidding? Right now?
Fuck no.
Are you? I mean, on what, like a special needs level?
Well, no, bro. Like Rudy, he didn't even get to play until the very end. He got like one tackle, and that was the movie. Like, and scene. Like, no, fuck that. Like, go watch the whole.
They went on to lose that game.
Yeah,
so first of all, I don't want a Hobbit on my football team. So just saying.
Okay. It's just we good. And then I played. I played a little bit, not enough to really call it on Anthem.
Okay.
I played a little bit.
You played the demo.
Oh, I have EA access, so I got a free 10 hours.
I figured that out like today, to where I was like, oh, I can play this game now.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't play when the demo came out. But I did play some yesterday. I played a little bit, and like I don't know how it's gonna go as far as like content. But like the flying around and shit is fucking dope. Like I mean like just like flying around.
Cool.
And you notice what, like when you start shooting, controlling is fine, man. The control it with a mouse that's a bitch. But the
that's what I heard. It was like completely broken. You can't do inverted.
But the when you start shooting and stuff, all of a sudden it becomes, you're like, this is Mass Effect.
It really does have a Mass Effect feel when you're just on the ground shooting stuff. It's very Mass Effectian.
Is that a word?
Yes, I came up with that word a few episodes ago. Mass Effectian.
Are you? Oh, you should do the patent for that word.
No,
whatever it's called for words.
I don't think. I don't think it's gonna get any use.
It's a nerd word.
So like on the Mass Effect Wikipedia, you'd be like Mass Effectian coined by Scarfinger,
or in the nerd dictionary.
Yeah.
In the nerd dictionary.
But and then I played, and I was surprised of how much I played Crackdown 3. I played a decent chunk of Crackdown.
How is it?
Here's the thing about Crackdown.
Yeah, are you seeing stars on buildings now?
I did when I played the first Crackdown. I did start seeing agility orbs at the top of buildings for real in real life. It was weird. But it's Crackdown. It's like really is Crackdown. It's basically a redone version of Crackdown 1. It's not a significant improvement, but it's more Crackdown. And if you gave a shit about Crackdown, it's just more of that. But I was surprised at how much fun I was having. The first character that you use is like Terry Crews.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is Terry Crews. But here's the thing: you start off as a skinny ass Terry Crews, which is weird. Like you start off with like really tiny Terry Crews. Like once I got my strength and my agility up a little bit, now he's starting to look a little bit more like Terry Crews, but I ain't there yet. So he still looks like the skinny Terry Crews. But like no, I was really surprised on how much fun I was having. I only stopped playing Crackdown to play Anthem. So like
Crackdown 2 sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible. But by the time I got it, everybody had already realized it sucked and stopped playing. So I didn't have anybody to even try the shit with. Like, so I played a little bit by myself and was like, no.
Yeah, they say the multiplayer is bad in this one.
I don't.
It's on the same lines as that Brink.
No, do not. Brink was amazing. Don't start with Brink, because I told my partners, if Brink ever goes backwards compatible, I am going to my little Twitter thing and I am sending out Brink invites to all of my friends every day.
Yeah, I want a Brink to be good too.
Hey, but if just so you know, just because something's backwards compatible don't mean the servers are on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Army of 2, I was like, man, me and Scar should play Army of 2.
Army of 2 was good.
Ain't got no servers. So
yeah.
Damn. But yeah, those are what I played. I had a lot of fun with. I had way more fun with Crackdown than I thought I was going to have, because it's basically getting shit on all over the fucking internet. So like, I'm just kind of like, okay, do I really want to play this? And I was like, you know what? I'm actually having a pretty good time here. So,
but is that the Game Pass magic to the Game Pass glasses?
It's got,
So how do you have it?
yeah, well, I mean, both of the games that I played were because of a Game Pass like service. Like, I wouldn't have played Anthem if it wasn't for EA Access.
Right, but like, would you have felt differently if you like went out, picked up Crackdown for $60, got home and played it? Would you felt?
No, I would have been like I would have been like a typical Xbot, where I would have been mad at home, but on the internet I would have tried to justify my purchase.
At least you honest, man. Damn.
So is Game Pass like that PlayStation thing?
It's sort of.
No, no, not necessarily, because the PlayStation thing is the games are being streamed to you.
Well, I think
Game
they're
Pass,
allowing you to
actually
download them now. Certain things.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
So does Game Pass kind of take the place of GameFly?
Pretty much. It doesn't do as much. It doesn't do as much. But the key point of Game Pass is like all of Microsoft's stuff. The few things that they have are day and date on Game Pass, so you never have to buy any of that shit. Like, you know, because Crackdown just came out Friday, and I can play the full game with no issues, and I ain't had to buy nothing else.
Yeah, I was supposed to play it yesterday, and I didn't. So, is it like, okay. So, is it like Netflix where you can watch any movie you want? So, like Game Pass, you can play any game.
Well,
it's only a set.
Netflix isn't any movie you want. It's whatever movies is on Netflix. So so in that way, it's the same.
I feel
way.
like it's any movie you want. You just is it streaming or is it on disc?
You download it.
Okay, so you have to download it.
It's still basically streaming, but instead of streaming the game over the internet, you're just downloading it digitally, as part of your service. But yeah, it's very much like Netflix, because Netflix doesn't have every movie, Game Pass doesn't have every game, but there's a there's a lot of games.
Right.
on
Also,
there.
Netflix streaming does. Okay, so that's how Jay was able to play that game last week. Yeah, Life is Strange.
Yeah, through Game Pass. Yep, absolutely. But when she played the first time, it was because they gave it away on PlayStation Plus, which is different than PlayStation Now, but that's how she was able to play the first time.
You play
It's like the Games with Gold thing. So,
Yeah.
like, I own Crackdown 1 because it came out on Games with Gold. I downloaded it, so now I own it. As long as I have Xbox Gold, I can play it. But now it's on Game Pass. But somebody that doesn't own it, that plays it on Game Pass, doesn't actually own it. Because if they take it off of there, then they won't be able to play it anymore.
So does that mean, okay, so with that being said, if I decide to play it and I play it and it's like, oh man, we're gonna take this game down, so I'm like halfway through the fucking game and they decide we don't want this on Game Pass anymore, I'm screwed?
Well, you can then you can buy it, but if you
I'm not paying. No.
If you have Game Pass and there's a game that's on Game Pass, normally there'll be a discount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why? So for the Life is Strange, it was like this is like $5.99, but if with Game Pass it's like $1.
Yeah.
Or whatever it said.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a Game Pass
Okay.
discount.
Yeah.
But it said that, so here's the confusing part. It said that, and I was like, well, I don't know. And she was like, well, you can say it, download. I said, well, I got my credit card out, because, I'm sorry, the game is the shit. And I wanted to know what happens.
I followed the game. I watched her play, but I'm like, I'm glad I didn't play this. I'm watching her play this, and the story is cool enough, but I didn't want to play myself.
No, it was really good. So, and also I was doing.
I dug it as well.
And she was sick. We were both like fucking sick and had the flu, and it was like crazy. So I got my credit card out. I was like, well, I want to know what happens. So just go to the next episode, hit download, and if I got to pay $1 or whatever, I'll pay it. She's like, okay. So she goes and she hits download, and the fucking game came up. So what's the point? So why did it say? Like,
because you can buy it if you want to have it forever.
Okay, so
but you can play
when
it.
It said that, it was like to buy it and have it forever.
Yeah.
Not to rent it.
Right.
Right.
Okay, cool. Because I ended up putting my credit card back in my purse. I was like, oh, well, all right. Luck of the draw, I guess.
Yeah, because you know, like Netflix, like Buffy isn't on Netflix anymore, but it was. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like stuff like that, like
Buffy was the shit. Just saying.
But when things go away, more things take its place. So
Okay. So she's playing this game, and I'm all about it. I'm into it. But, you know, when anything violent or crazy happens, I'm like, do you understand that? Why do you and Daddy keep asking me the same question? I was like, because you're 10 and we just want to make sure you understand. I can't. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, because there's a difference, because that's the thing, like when Scar hates it when I talk about these games, but like Persona and stuff, the like my son knows the characters just because he's seen me play the games and stuff, but like I'm like, yeah, you can't play the game because it's not that it's like more violent or whatever. It's just there's themes that are just like too much. Like if he's just shooting zombies, it's different than like having a part where a character commits suicide and they're going through a nihilistic. You know, that's mature in a different way than like gore. You know.
Exactly. So when that happened, when the girl, I think her name was Kate or Katie, she jumped off the building and committed suicide. I don't know if this is a spoiler or whatever. She jumped off, committed suicide, and I had to stop it. I was like, pause. I was like, okay. So I just want you to know that life will never get that bad, whereas you have to jump off a building and die. Your parents love you very much, and you can always talk to us.
You had the same conversation again.
Yeah, so that's my point. And we love you very much, and you can always talk to somebody. I just want you to know that. I know that. Daddy already told me. I said, okay, fine. So I said, okay. I just want you to know. Your mother is telling you too. This is okay. I mean, it's not okay to jump off a building because if you die, you have to. Your mother's going to be sad. Your dad's going to be sad. Your stepdad's going to be sad. Your sister-in-law. Your stepsister's going to be sad. Your grandma is going to be sad. Like everyone is just like, I know.
Yeah, because it was. But I get that because the reason that she committed suicide. That
was my point.
Yes,
that was the part that I
and
was
that it's
so
a girl
that it went,
and something
that went completely over her head.
No.
When she with me,
no,
it went over her head. Like she didn't understand why she committed suicide.
Maybe, but she got to that part. And so back up, like, oh man, the game. Rewind. So we get to that part. And she's like, I don't know what to say because the last time I said, don't call the cops this. I was like, okay, well, let's think about it. So she's talking about...
Trying to be rational here.
I said, okay, so this boy, like, assaulted her sexually. Do you know what that means? Yes. I said, do you really know what that means? I don't know. I said, so I had to explain to her what a sexual assault was. She was embarrassed as shit. And I said, it's fine, like, you have to know these things. Just like when the R. Kelly stuff came out, I told her, I said, do you know who R. Kelly is? I did, I asked her, do you know who R. Kelly is? No. I said, well, his music is this, and don't listen to him because of this. And this was just like, okay, fine. So I told her what sexual assault was, I reminded her what that was, and then I was like, so this guy, I don't remember what it was in the game, but I was like, this guy, sexually assaulted her, and her friend wants to help her. Do you tell the cops, or do you ignore it? Do you wait for more evidence? I said, I'm a blabbermouth, so I want to tell the cops. And she was like, okay. So I said, okay. So we told the cops that was the wrong move. She got so mad at me. She got so upset. She was pissed. She was like, Mom, you made me tell the cops, and now this is happening, and she's gonna die, and this is what happened,
and then, said, but you just gotta rewind.
Yeah, I said, but that's not the point. The point is that you understand what is happening, and this happens. So at the end of every episode, I'm sorry, the game is fucking good. So at the end of every single episode, she would tell me about it and we would talk. I said, so how do you feel about that? That's what Dad said. I said, well, how do you feel about that? I already told Dad. I said, well, tell me, how did you feel about that? I don't know how
you
to
make
feel.
your daughter sound like a character out of South Park or something. You're like, how do you feel like that?
No, she sounds like that.
Okay.
I'm not exaggerating at all. When she was younger, when she was a toddler, she used to call me Mummy. Mummy. Yeah, not anymore. No, she doesn't even call me. I don't even think she calls me. You know what? When she was throwing up the other day, she called me mommy. She was like, "Mommy, I'm mommy," and that's pretty much it. That's the last time, and it had been a while since she called me mommy. Now she's like, "Can I just do this?" And then, or she'll come in the room. No, seriously, you can't see me. It's fine. I don't want to be on the camera. But she'll come in the room and she'll be like, which means she pokes me in the arm. All she does is she pokes me. I'm like, what? And she'll poke me again and she'll stand there. I'm like, what? What's up? And then she waves, like Forrest Gump. She just waves. And I'm like, hi. She's like, then she smiles like Forrest Gump. I'm like, what's up? And then she just walks away.
Yeah, my son will do shit like that.
Okay.
Like, he'll be like, Dad, Dad, Dad. I'm like, what is it? Hi. And I'm like, Aiden, I've been in the house ever since yesterday. You say hi to someone, it just comes in. If you see me all day, you don't have to tell me hello.
Oh, God, I would love that right now. She used to do that, I think, when she was, like, maybe younger. I mean, she was younger. She would say hi to fucking everyone. We would be in the store. Hi, 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 hi. Waving, hi, hi. And I'm like, okay, hi. And she used to come in the house, hi. But now, she does that pokey thing and she'll wave and then that's it. And that's a good day. Man, today, whew, so we're at the stage now where, like, the I'm good stage and it's fine. So, it's 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. We gotta wrap this up. But
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, with that being said, any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to Amber.
Chase.
Shout out to the
Sorry,
people that
out of
listen.
commission.
Shout out to the people that have shown up in the chat because that was cool.
Shout out, chat.
We got a host from a vapor, and he's been giving us sparks saying manimal or something. But
didn't I tell you to make us
Did you say Mandy Moore?
he was
podcast?
he was saying you minimal.
Okay.
I don't see the chat. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's the channel Mixer, right?
Yeah.
It's going to YouTube and Mixer.
Oh yeah, Sparks on Mixer is cool. Thanks for the sparks.
We got all these sparks, all the sparks ever. Every spark that's ever been sparked, we got them all. Thanks to the vapor.
Calling
Spark up for the vapes.
Anyway, so awesome shout out, Scarfinger.
Shout out to the people, of course, always. Shout out to the people who've been around for long enough to understand what happened today. And shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all both for being on the show. Sam had another obligation, so he couldn't be here today. So shout out to Sam. And yeah, just shout out to everybody. You do this 9 years, bam.
And actually, it's kind of a good thing because we only pay for 4 people. So,
Nice.
I figured they would use the same setup.
oh,
Yeah, normally we would. Yeah.
We would, but I was having issues with the thing. I need to get a splitter.
Yeah.
splitter.
Shout out, Rob. Any shout outs?
Shout out to you guys. Thank you for the invite. It's always good to do a thing with the microphones and stuff.
9 years.
9, yeah. So I would just actually like to give a shout out to everybody who's listening. Thank y'all for listening. We truly appreciate it. And thank you for inviting us on. I didn't realize it's been 9 years. I've been out of commission and it's a thing. And I do miss it and I
Don't forget to
appreciate.
plug your show.
Huh?
Don't forget to plug your show.
Yeah, I know. So thank you. And, if anybody's listening who wants to check me out and Rob out, we have a show. It's called The Digicast. We're on YouTube, thedigicast.com, Facebook page, thedigicast.facebook.com. We do quirky crap, and it's just our.
Most of it ends up there.
Yeah, most of it ends up there, and we do a lot of stuff. So honestly, thank you all for listening. We truly appreciate it, and I just want to give a final shout out to Jaybird 360 and Big Boy 1077. Just you're very missed and very loved, and we know you're with us in spirit, and I can't say enough. So with that being said, love the world.
Peace up in the grill.
Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out, the Warriors.
I don't know who the Warriors are. Is that
GC Davis.
Wakanda Forever?
No.
Oh.
Okay. And scene.
Cut.
It's on Chase. Is it stopped?
No, not yet. We can do an after show though.
No, we cannot.
Yeah, I think Scar has to go.
Scar can go.
Yeah, I mean, typically, I only really want to be on this shit for an hour. So, like, I let this shit ride because, of course, Chase was late as fuck.
I had the cook. I was cooking like rice and hamburger steak and gravy and collard
At
greens.
9 o'clock? At night, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
We have
cool.
kids and like we're trying to like
Get them fed at 9 o'clock at night?
No, they ate before we did.
Oh, very awesome. I'm being very sarcastic. I guess we don't know each other that well yet. Sorry.
I'm very
right.
sarcastic too, sir.
All right, I'm leaving. Damn this.
I know you gotta go. Bye.
All
Later,
right, y'all.
guys.
All right.